everyone, so today I would like to share with you some of the books that I bought this year, and they are pretty interesting, and I'm so happy to see that there are lots of new books coming out this year. So the first book will be My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Nwanga. It looks like this, and I think that I bought this book on the 1st of January. I didn't know why this book kind of like attracted me, and I love the saying here. It says one spark can change everything, and I think that it is true. So this book is about a 16-year-old nerd called Aisel, and she is obsessed with plotting her own death. Okay, so basically this book is about this person named Aisel and about her plotting her own death. So I think that it sounded quite a little bit like psycho, but then I really love book that is kind of psycho like this one. And I haven't really read it yet because I'm currently reading a book, and I've just done reading the sequel of If I Stay, which is Where She Went, and actually my best friend borrowed it for me, and I just done reading that, and I'm currently reading another book, a new book, and I haven't got a chance to get on this yet. And then the second book that I got will be The One Memory of Flora Banks. When I went into the popular bookstore, I didn't really plan to get anything by then. And oh, this is by Emily Barr. So yeah, when I went to the bookstore, I really didn't plan on getting any book at all. But then, I don't know, I really can't help myself. I can't control myself to buy a book whenever I'm in a bookstore. It's like addicting, you know, seeing all the new books coming out with all the beautiful covers. It's really, I can't help it. I just can't help it. Anyway, so this book is about Flora, who has amnesia, and here it says, how do you know who to trust when you can't even trust yourself? So basically, this is a book about a girl who has amnesia, and I kind of like a story that tells about a person who has some sort of a sickness, like the book All the Bright Places. That is seriously a really good book, and it talks about all the bright places. It talks about this boy named Finch, and he has some sort of like a bipolar disorder. And I don't know, I just really love a book that tells about a person who has some sort of a sickness. Is it weird? And then the fourth book will be I'll Give You the Sun by Jenny Nelson. And the reason why I bought this because I read her book The Sky is Everywhere, and this is actually her second book, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, maybe not. But The Sky is Everywhere and I'll Give You the Sun, normally in the bookstore they'll sell them both, two books together with cheaper prices. And so this book, the reason why I bought this is because of, did I say it? Yeah, I did. Okay. So this book, I'll Give You the Sun, look at how pretty the cover is. And here it says, love is only half the story. And basically, the way I understand the synopsis, okay, let me read you the synopsis. It says, Jude and her twin Noah are close until a tragedy drives them apart. Now they are barely speaking, and both falling for boys they can't have. Love's complicated. Okay, when you read it, it sounded like Jude and Noah both, well, since they are twin, you'll think that they are both girls, right? Because they are falling in love with a guy. But basically, Jude is a guy and Noah is a girl. So basically Jude is some sort of like a gay, and they both love the same guy. So this story will be about two twins and, well, falling in love with a guy, the same guy, which is kind of strange. and I love how the book is so thick. And then the next book that I got will be Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. This author, she wrote my favorite book, which is All the Bright Places, and that's why I bought this book, because I really love All the Bright Places, and I thought that maybe her second book, maybe this book of hers, will be interesting too. So basically, this book is about this girl named Libby Strout, and she's kind of like overweight, and people you know how people think, how people look at someone who is overweight. So basically that's her story, okay, because she's overweight, and then she's like trying to look past her weight, okay. Oh, and I've read this book and it's really good. And then she met this guy called Jack Maslin, and then this Jack guy is actually quite famous in school, and so that's basically how the story is. It's really quite cool though. And then Jack Maslin, he has lots and lots of secrets that he tries not to tell people. So, and basically this story is kind of like focused on Jack Maslin instead of Libby Strout. The secret of Jack Maslin is really interesting to know, and that's what makes the story pretty interesting for me to read. And it's not like a very common secret, okay. You must read this book to know what is his secret. And it's really very interesting. So the next book that I got will be Memories by Lang Leaf. Like, oh my god, this book is just, I'm speechless, okay. This book made me speechless. And if you've read any other Lang Leaf's book, you'll know what I mean. Then I actually have her other book, which is something about The Universe of Us. Okay, The Universe of Us. I have that book, but it's in my office, so I couldn't really show it to you guys. And this book, this is basically all about, like, it's all poems, okay. It's all very heartbreaking poems, but it's very good. Okay, sometimes when you feel like you want to cry, but then you couldn't really cry it out, just read her book. Okay, just read all of her poems. You will definitely cry your heart out. Okay, so I'm gonna read her short poem here. It says, "It was words that I fell for. In the end, it was words that broke my heart." And then the third book will be by my favorite author, which is Lisa See, and this is her book called China Dolls. And when it first came out, I really wanted to buy it, but then it was so super expensive, like about 64 ringgit 95 cent, which is almost 65 ringgit, and it's kind of like out of my budget. My budget for book is normally about like 40 ringgit or less. Okay, and when I saw that it was on sale, like just for about 12 freaking ringgit, I bought it right away without further thinking, without even checking my wallet if I have any money left or not. I just grabbed it and held it and just went to the counter. And now it's mine. This author, Lisa See, she normally writes about the setting. Her setting will normally be in China. So as you can see, it's called China Doll. So basically, you know that it's all about the setting will be in China. And the reason why I love her, Lisa See, is because the way she writes, she combines her writing with factual, like history. So that's why when I read her, even though it's a fiction, but then she really combines with some facts. So you basically at the same time reading a fiction story, and also at the same time you're also reading history. Like you are learning about history, the history of China basically. So the last book that I got for this year will be This Is the Day by Daniel Blight. And I just got it a couple of days ago, maybe 2 days ago, and it was actually on sale in Blockbuster price in Popular Bookstore, and it cost only about 8 ringgit, where the original price is about 40 ringgit. And the reason why I bought this is because the front cover, it looks quite cute to me. I don't know why. And then the second thing is because the author is a British, and the way he writes is very British, and he uses lots of British slangs like block, chap, the word lot, you lot. Yeah, it's just the way he writes, he really has that British slang, and it reminds me of the days that I was in the UK. And so this story is about Tom and Ella. They are both married with 2 kids, but this story is about Tom. Okay, he never been unfaithful to his wife, and then for one thing, he hadn't realized that it was going to be so bloody difficult to be unfaithful, surprisingly. So I just started reading it yesterday, and I think that this story is quite interesting and different. Like, because some story talks about people being unfaithful, but this story is about a married guy who is trying to be unfaithful but failed. Which is the weirdest story I've ever read, but then it's very interesting. So that will be it for the books that I've bought for this year as of current. And actually there's something that I want to tell you guys, but I don't really want to tell you guys because it's a secret. Just gonna give you a little hint, okay? Just make sure to tune in my next video because it'll be very interesting for me, I think. And I'm so super excited for it, and I can't wait for the day to come. So I will, well, basically it will be a vlog, okay? It will be a vlog, and I hope that you guys will tune into that. And so yeah, that's all that I can say. That's all that I can tell you guys for now. So I hope that you guys have a great week ahead, and thank you for tuning in. Bye guys.